Hey, what's going on, Virgo? Back to do your what are he, she, they, other thinking, feeling, doing spread. So this is going to be helpful if you haven't had the greatest of communication over this Mercury retrograde, and we're going to be looking at female and masculine energy. Although I know you know your own gender, I'm going to be speaking to this as she and he. We're going to be looking at what the thoughts are, the emotions, the actions, and then what you have in common. And then we're going to do some clarification with romance angels and probably some Sibyllus. So let's get started. These have already been shuffled quite profusely. What do Virgos need to know for your clarification? Her mind, his mind, her thoughts, his thoughts, her feeling, her actions, his actions, and what you have in common. Right. Okay, yo. Wow. Whatever it is, this has been going on too long. Big red on that. Wow. Somebody's getting married. Is it you? Or did that just get the fire lit under your behind? I'm hearing somebody might be going to somebody's wedding, and that might be where you're planning to meet. Wow, okay. Let's see what's going on. Her mind. 6 of Pentacles. Alright, so I'm hearing she's wondering if it's been worth it. This is a very quid pro quo energy. This can be very Virgo for me too. Sometimes Virgo can be a little like, I don't want to say fickle, but sometimes a little fickle, a little analytical about like, well, the pros and the cons, and I don't know about this. It's not real sexy, I'll put it that way. His mind. Wow, okay. 5 of Pentacles. I'm hearing this has more to do with missing the boat. I'm hearing this is more about FOMO with him right now. I just heard that very clearly. It's not going to be for everybody, but I hear it's FOMO. Similar energies here in terms of steps. I don't feel like you're too far off from each other, but they said that something has got to give here. I keep hearing that whatever this is that hasn't happened yet took too long, and she might be frustrated. I hear he is too, but it's more a FOMO. Okay, for her. Wishes, dreams, emotions, star card showing up in the emotional sector. I'm hearing she's like ready to see that this paid off. And they're saying he knows it. Ace of Swords coming from this side here too. Were you waiting for him to show up with something? I don't know, but it's like these two things need to happen here. I'm hearing it's probably the same thing, but they're saying cat got his tongue. I don't know if he's afraid of being left out of something, but it seems like this energy wants to happen. It's frustrated. This particular card here, the 5 of Pentacles, these are two people that are kind of, they look down and out, you know? They've been through it together. They've been on the outside of, you know, whatever this might have inside of it, where it's warm and there's money and there's food. This is actually a church here. And I'm hearing that this person has been through it with you, if this is you, and that you've been very generous, and that you kind of feel like they're playing catch up. And I think that they know it too, and that they might be over intellectualizing that step and what it is that they need to do, but it's right there. It's right here. All right. So she's picked a decision. She's picked a direction. Two of Wands showing up here. I feel like she's showing up as the one that's got her hands full. She's got the balance. She's got the money. She's got the vision, the dreams that are motivating how she is pouring herself into this relationship or into the direction that she wants to see this relationship. But something has got to change here. Maybe she's making a decision while she's waiting, but I hear that the decision was made, and it's kind of like, are you going to catch up? I just keep hearing that. Let's see what he's doing. Well, Ace of Pentacles. That's a good sign. Okay, so let's look at this a little more closely. Five of Pentacles on the mind. That could be a going for broke feeling or thought. In the feeling sector, Ace of Swords. This is some sort of movement in a new direction. And it looks like something that got caught with it. So this could be a very good sign about a financial disposition changing, but I'm hearing that might be what slowed him down too. It's looking like, if I was just looking at these side by side here, these are new start energies that he's focused on. It's an emotional new start, and this is a cutting energy. This is somebody that might have been feeling very cut off before and not knowing how to put their hand on something, and it literally looks like they're going for the coins here. And like, she might be more established, at least in this way. But it looks like something's changing here. I'm seeing a patient sort of energy in the center here, although this can be a frustrating energy too. The Seven of Pentacles here is somebody that is literally watching plants grow. They're making plans, they're tending to, but what I'm also seeing here is steps that look like they're new, and a 5 and a 6 and a 7. It almost looks like the two steps that somebody needs, 5, 6, 7, to catch up to 7 here, might be closer than it looked before. So, I don't know if that makes sense how I said that, but these aren't too far off. They look very different, but that's a 5 and a 6. 2 more steps, and a 7. So, let's see if we can get a little bit more clues with the Romance Angels. Let's see what we get for her. All right, Virgo. Virgo needs to know. All right, let's get one for her and one for him. Children. Okay. Your love life is being affected by children. That could very well be the case. I'm actually seeing somebody here. If this is a single parent situation, first of all, I'll just say what jumped off here. I'm seeing somebody that has finally figured out how to balance that. It's like the person who has enough going on, they're balancing things, they've got food and money that they're sharing on these two people, I'm kind of looking at it like those might be the kids, and they've got their balance here. And you see them pouring out a lot, like emotionally. They're putting everything into this. And they've turned their back on things, but they've got their hands on the world and on whatever their creative pursuit is. And so, I'm seeing that this person here, if this is just like this, they've been waiting for something to manifest. See, this is somebody watching what's been growing on the vine, and they're like, where's this plant? What is happening here? And then these three cards jumped out, and it's like, all right, what are we going to do about this? We've got judgment. We've got somebody saying, wake up. This Ace of Wands, which sometimes this is somebody getting pregnant. This is one of my, hey, let's make a baby cards, especially if it shows up like this sometimes. And then we've got the Hierophant. It's, this is a card of traditions, and in some cases, people wanting to get married because they're going to have a family, or they're going to find out they have children. So that could very well be somebody's whole story right there. And let's see what his card said. There we go. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Well, I would definitely say so. You've got three aces that showed up. Ace of Wands that kind of flew out. Ace of Swords for emotional beginnings that need to start in truth. And Ace of Pentacles. This is, somebody that's taking perhaps one grounded step in a new direction. If you were looking and waiting for the time to do it, I feel like you might have considered everything. It might be a time to have that conversation. I would say absolutely, especially when you've got things like judgment and the Ace of Wands showing up. But if you're not convinced yet, let's just see what this deal is offer you. They might give you more compelling reasons to consider what it is going on. And these cards have. I'm going to get a little bit of advice on the Seven of Pentacles here. See what the cards say. Does our Virgo need to know about the Seven of Pentacles? A bit of advice. All right, so, well, we've got La Allegrezza, which is, that's a delicate energy. Sometimes this is knowing how to present something that has a place for tact and diplomacy. Think about, like, even if you were trying to be around a butterfly, it's one of those things that even if you touched it, just the oils in your hands could damage the butterfly. So these are some of the things that need to be done delicately, kind of like how you might tend to plants or new life. Wow, here we go. We got Dottore. This is the doctor here, and this is somebody tending to a patient. Somebody that's in the bed there. And then we've also got Deliranti. So there's definitely a cautionary note here about how the conversation takes place, especially if we find out that somebody might even be with child, or maybe you got somebody pregnant, or having a conversation about child support, or where the finances are coming from for a future that you might be grooming together. There's definitely different things that could happen here, but I'm hearing definitely about somebody that might be planning for whatever that is. Sometimes I've seen people pregnant in bed with this card, and that does say 9 there. So I'm gonna say, if this is a pregnancy, if this is news of a child, if this is news of what do we do with these new beginnings here, I'm gonna say go with your best judgment, and just keep in mind that these cards showed up for both of you. This is a very traditional card of what people do when they're looking for traditional things. This is a card of, hi, we heard the angel blaring the trumpet, and it's sort of like a call to wake up. And this here, this is a passionate new beginning. So I'm going to say, if this is you, remember who had their hands on the world and on the prize, and whose turn it is to speak up, because we got to double down on this side. So there you go, guys. Let me know if it made sense to you. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up too. And if you'd like for me to take a look with just your energies, feel free to hit me up at artoflove.me. Take care.